think I need some water, bro. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay,
Perfect humors.
okay, but I gotta mute him because I don't know the mic is so big. No offense. So the idea is that the school's head of the school is the principal is Mr. Creator himself, but below it is like a school council. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, because the school have a special hierarchy level for certain skills, educations, and that. Oh yeah, I saw that.
For planes?
Oh my.
Like land trip for planes?
Like for planes? Oh no, the thing is, in my idea is that I don't want it to be a plane, it's going to be similar to a freaking airship.
And oh yeah, like those ships, like those ships.
I want an airship.
I tried saying it wasn't a treasure planet.
I just want an airship.
I think it wasn't treasure planet.
The idea is like an airship.
For me personally thinking like this. I think of the organ shows in treasure planet.
The best part, Flaggy?
Yeah.
If anyone's trying to attack the school using the will they have an idea of like become a super cannon.
For me, it looks like the school's actually hosting the sun.
Building become a super cannon.
For me, it looks like the school itself is hosting the sun like in one shot.
More cool underground. There's more buildings underground? Oh.
It looks like the school is holding a sun like in one shot.
System making the crowd.
You heard me? Kind of looks like the school. Kind of looks like the school that's holding the sun on a pillar. You know, like in one shot. Like in one shot, the sun's on my ball.
Okay, sorry. Let me focus.
Okay.
So how are we going to do this? Like, what's the plan? I forgot. What's the plan for the series? Like the beginning, like all of us or something.
We arrived to the school. Well, you'll be already there.
Yeah, I'm alive. I arrive.
I'm the king of the future.
I just arrived in a flying car.
Because just say like the school is still under construction, kinda. Possible.
I arrive one of these things.
And you want to know that you guys, except Tamango, will be somewhat of a special, special teacher on certain departments. We do not trust Tamango because, in lore, he's the predator of the team.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the predator of the team.
Oh my fucking god.
Don't worry. You're going to be like the person, like the guard, like in the shadow, like the night shift.
Oh my fucking god.
Night shift guy.
Gives it my pretty chill. Like join it sometime.
Like Jonas.
Oh my
Well, thanks, Joe.
Hey Flaggy, I had no choice, but I think I may bring some orders.
Orders?
But in the future. Oh. Wait, hey Flaggy, should we create a server for all of us? Like, form a team or somewhat?
Oh no, Queen!
Okay, so I need to ask you. You want me to Oh no, I can't. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Flaggy is still there.
I'm here.
You. Okay, first, actually, who's the group leader in this GC?
It ain't me, I think
Because
it's
I'm not sure,
Frogman.
like, Wait, Flaggy? I don't... I'm going in. I hope. This is serious. I was really... What's drinking this? My dream is coming true, now I can say. It's Maggie. Just be beware. I think like this school accept all fandoms. You know what I mean? Accept all fandoms. So it's not that bloody scary. You know what I mean? We accept all fandoms, so there will be pony, furries, no furries. I mean, except Japanese furries. I don't know.
What the fuck do you mean Japanese
I mean,
furries?
you know, my school. What?
What do you mean Japanese furries, bro?
Well, because I want to say that Mr. Crater himself have a big rivalry with a certain somebody named Francis Santiago. Francis Santiago. His enemy, his arch nemesis. He hates him. Because the reason is the Pooty ship.
The what?
The Pooty ship. The Pooty ship. That is his character name. We have a war one time.
What the fuck's the Pooty chip? What the fuck's the Pooty chip? Neither do I.
That's the character.
Ain't no way AI shows a fucking character, bro.
No, okay. So I move in. Hey guys, can I ask you something? I will send you an. I'm going to send you a beautiful animation. I went so hard. I'll hear you guys in voice.
What?
I update the scenes.
Oh.
OGO. Hey Flaggy, want to know something funny?
Yes.
This series, this new school have magic and technology. It's like a mix of technology and technology.
So sci-fi.
Yeah, and you know the best. But there's
Here
also
comes the sun.
magic.
What the fuck is Ogoko?
Okay, Flag, we have a question. What do you guys think about the animation?
It's coming out pretty nice.
True.
Thank you. I work hard on that. The storyboard is slash director doing this.
I only made this animation because I was bored.
Fair.
Oh, imagine all of us being in the streets, the construction workers, the unpaid interns.
God forbid I have to do a nice job.
No.
Shit.
No. It's no. It's not that. It's my Just say I'm paying to from a different dimension, I guess. Just say somewhat of
What in
a
the Futurama am I hearing?
What in the Futurama kind of shit is this?
Futurama. It's not Futurama.
What in the Futurama kind of shit is this?
Flaggy, can you pick some? Okay, who's the owner of the server for GC?
Ash.
Because I'm not sure. What?
Ash is the owner of the server.
Ash is the. I'm gonna ask Ash to kick Mr. Shakes because I'm not sure he can join or something. Maybe. Let me ask Mr. Shake. Mr. Shake, you Mr. Shake.
I got my really great dick.
Okay, give me a moment. I will come back. Just wait.
I got great dick out.
The Triad.
Yes.
Epic.
The Triad. Jupiter. The Titan Jupiter. Fucking average in Alberta. An actual name. The Titan Jupiter is the province of Canada.
Dr. House.
I am Steve. I am fucking Steve. Oh my god. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm a fucking
I am
Minecraft.
entering it.
I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. Have respect your Canadian province.
That's
I am placing blocks in
Minecraft. Wrapped line.
Dude is so massive bigger than my mom.
If you point a laser at a plane, you might think you're just hitting it with a tiny, harmless dot of light. But if you do this to the wrong aircraft, it can easily track you with its thermal cameras, and you just bought yourself a free ticket to jail for a federal crime. See, for the pilots inside, the curved plexiglass of the cockpit acts like one of those jackets people who don't glow in the dark wear. It's full of scratches and imperfections that reflect light all over the place, and lasers spread out the farther they travel. So when the two meet, it quickly scatters all over the cockpit into a massive flash of light. This blinds the pilot's retinas, making the plane look for a parking spot. If you point a laser, an animator working on a certain multi-million-dollar movie accidentally typed a single command on their keyboard and instantly deleted the whole thing. The command they typed told the person to aggressively wipe out everything as fast as it could.
What is that game, bro?
The main drive, deleting 2 years worth of work in front of the crews. If you suffered from total locked-in syndrome, you would be completely awake, seeing and hearing. If you touch something and you're... A girl was shopping for groceries. His cat was hit by a car, and it didn't survive. But he couldn't bear the thought of burying
The cat
it. He kept the body in his freezer for months while he planned what to do with it. You see, he wanted to remember him in the best way possible. His cat loved chasing birds and was named Orville after one of the inventors of the airplane. So to honor him, he skinned his body, preserved the hide, and stretched it tight over a custom plastic shell with propellers. He later did the exact same thing with an ostrich and a rat, effectively turning them all into drones. His stalks of bamboo would burst out of your body within days. Bamboo can grow up to 4 feet in just 24 hours and break through solid concrete along the way. Knowing this, executioners would tie a victim down over a bed of sharpened shoots and just let it do its thing. At first, it would just feel...
I'm not brave thing for the two boss that dropped Nagasaki's. It's dead not having we still doing shit. I got a bomb out of your butthole.
Every files.
If you point a...
Beds. Rock on the ground. Wind from the landscape. Lightning on the road. The basement. Shadows from the grave.
Air detected.
Hydrogen bombers coughing baby. France. I mean, that's really positive playing another band. What the hell?
It's impossible to solve this puzzle. The rule is you have to connect all the same colored dots without crossing the lines.
That wasn't even close.
It's a puzzle my law professor gave our class to test how people think.
All right, let's do this. 1, 2. This is impossible.
Why is it so quiet here?
What? No. And ricochet. All right, Mike, show us. I'll show you, but if I do, you gotta subscribe. So we're gonna go there, there, there. It's impossible.
You have a wooden plank. You want it to roll like a car, so you place cylinders under it. It works, but only for a moment. The problem is, you can't carry an infinite number of cylinders. But what if you bend that plank into a circle, and bend the ground under it into a bigger circle around it? You trap those cylinders forever, so you never run out.
My fucking god, dude, Lord. I'll be back. The fuck do you want?
Enjoy the Totino's pizza rolls, Sonic!
You can do it, Sonic! You can beat the Totinos!
Hello. Droot. Huh.
2020. A mysterious post appears on 4chan's X, where an anonymous user tells tales of a strange, undiscovered sea creature that is supposedly known within parts of the deep sea diving communities.
The boop. Blah 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 blah. Damn. Yay! Yay, he's dead! At last, the big dog bitch is dead!
Yay.
At last, the big dog bitch is dead.
Nice.
The big dog bitch is dead. Playing turn the moon to build part of time, that's tranquil. Actually playing turn the moon. My skin came out like 2012. That's when we got to be like 6.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Huh.
What in the hell did I walk into?
My back hurts crazy. Oh my goodness, yeah. I don't know how they're doing.
I've always asked myself the question, how many emulators can I run inside of an emulator? You know, like emulatorception on crack. What will happen 5 layers deep into emulation? I don't know, but it is possible to stack emulators. For example, what made me think of this in the first place was Ocarina of Time on the Wii Virtual Console being ran in Dolphin. So we have my computer emulating a Wii, which is emulating a Nintendo 64, which is playing Ocarina of Time. Surprisingly, this is my preferred way to play Ocarina of Time on PC. Why? Well, Wii VC is the preferred version for speedrunning most of the time, and despite Ocarina of Time on the Wii basically being an emulator that just runs a regular 1.2 Ocarina of Time ROM, there are differences in the Wii version, all caused by emulation inaccuracies.
Oh, winter. The jolliest time of the year. We got snow, Christmas, and my personal favorite being the hypothermia.
None of these differences are really noticeable in a casual playthrough, aside from the game having an extremely low chance to randomly crash. But for speedrunners, there are notable differences. In the N64 version of the game, holding a stick as Adult Link will crash the game. But the exact same thing on a Wii does absolutely nothing. The effects of Stick as Adult vary quite a bit depending on the emulator you use. Wii VC has no effect. Wii 64, the Wii's homebrew emulator, is more accurate and crashes like the N64 does. A fork of that emulator called Wii 64 Rice doesn't do either of those things. It unloads all actors and UI elements, including Link's torso, lags the game, and eventually crashes. Just very interesting in my opinion. Talking about a stick from a 28-year-old video game.
It's made up of plains of pink sand and bordered with an obsidian beach. While the constant lava flow posed some issues, the greater problem was that of the intense gravity, nearly 9 times what they were used to. To combat this monumental pressure, the Hercules lent into their mechanical enhancements, something they've been flirting with for generations, but never on this scale.
Oh. Oh, hey, Bibbits. My background update.
Come to think of it, I have a pretty good job. I developed an evolution simulator that gives rise to these adorable artificial life forms called Bibbits. And then I ask my community to send me the Bibbits they've nurtured and raised so that I may force them to fight to the death. When we announced the second Bibbit tournament a few months ago, we weren't sure how many submissions we would receive, but in the end, you all submitted 160 Bibbits eager to prove themselves the ultimate artificial life form. And I'm very glad to see a lot of variety, from quickly replicating herbivores to armored tanks, shrugging off attacks, to big brain smart boys. So many strategies all competing in a complex environment is definitely bound to be interesting. For those who missed the announcement video, this tournament is a battle royale, complete with varied biomes and encroaching deadly wall, and the last one standing being crowned the winner. But before that, we have to pin this hefty herd with so many submissions, with elimination rounds. One of each of the 4 biome users
Can the flashball achieve an infinity break?
And Bibbits will compete until only a set of people and those that advance to the final battle royale. However, we realized early on that we won't be able to fit all 5 rounds in one video. Every round has enough material for its own separate episode, so that's exactly what we're doing. A new episode will come at regular intervals.
What?
Here's a song to get to know about me. I'll start with my name, my age, my height, my gender identity, and my favorite game. This is where I live now, and this is where I'm from. Here's what I do for work, and what I hope to become. Here's a guilty pleasure and a pet peeve, and something I like, a goal that I hope one day to achieve. And can I ride a bike? My favorite place I've been to, and a place I want to go.
What's cheese?
My favorite time of year, and my favorite TV show. Here, and my favorite TV show.
Let me guess, that ain't good.
To detail the inmate.
Corpses!
Hello everyone. I know it has been a while, but I promise we have a lot of things going on in the background. But we just wanted to whip out a quick video right now to update you everything that's been going on, what you can expect in the close future, and as well as announce officially the 0.6.3 update of the Bibbits project coming out publicly.
This video says about 6 months
right now.
The courses.
So, without further ado, let's get going.
It's different. This is different.
Alright, welcome back everyone. We're gonna jump right into all the new features of 0.6.3. There'll be amazing stories unfolding in each of these rounds. This way, our extremely talented and charismatic video producers, Zoe and Scarix, will be able to tirelessly work on later rounds while the earlier ones are being uploaded. And today, we're starting with the desert. A total of 12 contestants.
The desert!
But only 3 can make it
The
through.
dark diggity
Without
butt
further ado,
twin.
welcome.
Start digging in your butt twin. I like the new intro, bro. What the fuck is podcast? Good goddamn Echo.
Only 12 out of the 160 contestants have been submitted to the desert, but I can't blame the others for shying away from this harsh environment. The desert has 3 oases full of plants for herbivores to compete over, but there's no guarantee that Bibbits will find one
Okay, sound maintenance, okay.
in this nearly barren oasis.
Tiny space cats.
Meanwhile, meat is scattered
Page
across the
not
landscape,
available.
simulating carcasses for carnivores to scavenge. But some of those carnivores may be looking for a fresher meal. We're placing 5 members of each Bibbit species into this desert at random. It's always mesmerizing to see all the Bibbits in assimilation jump to life. How beautiful. And that was quick. A predator called Dragonfly attacked an herbivore called July 28th, making it the first kill of the tournament. Meanwhile, a Bibbit called Zuta Gobi quickly finds the southernmost oasis and starts turning.
Marchand Honkai Star Rail.
It's always mesmerizing to see all the Bibbits in assimilation jump to life. That was quick. A predator called Dragonfly attacked an herbivore called July. Making it the first kill of the tournament. Meanwhile, a Bibbit called Zuta Gobi quickly finds the southernmost oasis and starts turning plant into energy into eggs as fast as it can, rapidly increasing its population. And its creator, Talia Slurge, gave us a description of this. In the last tournament, I did an Attenborough impersonation, and many people thought it was bad and awful to listen to. And you know that I take community feedback extremely seriously. So this time, I am proud to announce that we got the real David Attenborough to narrate the Bibbit description. Sir David Attenborough, please take it away and tell us all about Zuta Gobi.
It is an evolved...
Well, that was our budget. Thanks a lot, Sir David. And I guess we'll have to do the rest ourselves. Zuta Gobi is an omnivore that doesn't pay much attention to other Bibbits. It just gobbles up any meat or plant pellets that it sees, even if another Bibbit is in the way. Zuta focuses significant amount of energy from food on creating eggs, thanks to its lightning... thanks to its lightning-fast reproduction, Zuta even manages to hold the oasis and kick out other species trying to get in. In the western oasis, multiple species are also competing fiercely. The northernmost oasis, however, is conspicuously empty. I mean, the food is right there. What are you waiting for? Out in the outer void of the desert, we see 2 nomadic Bibbits called Wanderer and Void Scavenger. Void Scavenger lives life on the edge, capable of surviving with limited food and choosing to drift near to the Red Dead in hopes that other Bibbits will stay awake. The Wanderer is adapted to survive on very little food, taking what meals it can get and hoping to outlast the competition.
The actual wiki for the Bibbit. What actually wiki for the Bibbits? What the hell? There's actually a big fucking wiki for the Bibbits. What the fuck? Look at what I sent you.
Alright.
Take it off!
I would rather die.
Then you will die!
Clearly, they each have very similar strategies, but Void... Come on! But Void Scavengers is a little more aggressive, while the Wanderer is voiding other Bibbits it sees. We'll see which one prevails. And this Bibbit, called the Average American, is kind of just sitting there. Looking at its brains, there's just nothing. No neural connection at all.
Deepest is the pond that has not at all been filled. Sit in it, I shall.
Its mind is so empty that it has achieved nirvana, an inspiration to us all. Looking more closely, this Bibbit is big, fat, and has a ton of armor. So I guess the strategy here is simply sit still and outlast the competition, not spending energy on wasteful activities such as reproducing and any brain activity at all. I wonder how long it can hold out. Meanwhile, July 20th is holding out despite... Oh my... Alright, fine, we'll talk about you. This carnivore that keeps showing up everywhere is Dragonfly, the same species that made the very first kill. It was submitted by the kid called Mr. Murderslot, who described Dragonfly as hyper-carnivorous with a complex...
Is that a fucking JoJo web? Can't find it, but I swear that brass or fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Many engineered nodes are helpfully labeled so that it's easier to understand what's going on. Dragonflies prioritize going after meat rather than Bibbits if they can see both. Also, they're very bad parents, with a very simple motto: ditch the kids. Dragonflies are actually doing remarkably well, despite the creator expressing low expectations that the poor carnivores can be competitive. That said, they keep attacking average Americans and are unable to pierce the thick armor. Many end up starving to death, spending their whole lives on an impossible task.
Starved wolves push uphill. Ceaseless excited focus. Stubborn, empty death.
American?
And the other predators are doing it too, like it's some kind of environmental hazard or bug zapper. Perhaps the average American will have more of an impact on the competition than I thought. Another herbivore is competing over the southern and western oases. Verisimile heard it. Their creator also left a somewhat blue description. They express a desire to be remembered in some way, a feeling I'm sure many of us can relate to. Don't worry, Doug 200. No matter how you're I'll remember you. I promise. Verisimile is struggling to compete with Zutogabi, which has exploded in population and established itself as a very strong contender. It's only been a few minutes and already some divots are on their last leg with only 1 or 2 living members. Most are starving, and it's only a matter of time before the first elimination of the tournament. The only question is which one and how.
Who dies first?
Well, starvation.
Roxanne's up.
While other businesses
Roxanne's
survive
death when he
in
gets
tense
out.
close call with dragonflies, July 20th starved to death, becoming the first vivid species
I'm feeling unwell. Greg once made briefly fell asleep while playing, and when I awoke, Child Protection Services had taken the child sensitizing a of piss. I added her to my collection of grey. When I was 6, I saw my cousin playing The Sims 2 at a family thing, and I wanted to make my cat in a llama costume. I never played it again. The Sims, the fun life simulator game where you can do whatever you want. People have even made me. And you know, I thought I used to be evil and edgy as a kid, making Sims torch their houses with fireworks, until I compared that to some of the confessions on Reddit. Well, I'll warn you now, these are worse. I made a guy with the neurotic and neat traits. I put him in a fence in the middle of the kitchen with a lawn sprinkler going. He would frantically mop up the water every time the sprinkler splashed the floor. Eventually he began passing out and pissing himself. I left him in there until he mopped himself to death. I was starving my sim and he sneakily called up for a pizza. When it was delivered, I made him throw it in the garbage. Then he cried. My daughter has developed her evil side nicely with the game. Her favourite was to set up a zoo of Sims, all locked into their own rooms, with full windows so visitors could watch. Analog disapproving face emoji! I burned the house down while attempting to make 2 of them have gay sex. I managed to get 2 of them to kiss and fall in love, but in the background, the mother is just screaming, and I'm like, oh shit, is she homophobic? After changing the camera angle, I find out why the house is on fire. I was always too lazy to actually build my own home from scratch, and so whenever I started a new file, my immediate goal was to move into the nicest house already on the map. I had an affair with the lady of the house, convinced her to divorce her husband, married her, moved into the house, knocked her up for good measure, divorced her and kicked her out of the house. Can't you just go to Townview, evict the family living there and then move in? Where's the fun in that? I impregnated my girlfriend's daughter, married my girlfriend and technically had a child. You're still talking about The Sims, right? I made my Sims sleep with all the women in the neighbourhood, abandoned the bastard children to be raised by the mother's families. Here is the family tree.
God damn.
It was obviously a big game. Didn't realise this at the time, but my Sims games should have been a dead giveaway. Lesbians everywhere. All lesbians, lesbians with kids, best friends living together, super hot female celebrities woohooing it up by the water slide. Entire town was a veritable lesbian paradise. Except for one guy. Imagine this, you're a perfectly attractive young man who moves to the centre of Clungeville, but because your malevolent sapphic creator is working out her issues, all pussy is off limits. I'm sorry, Greg. Once he had a normal sim and went about his natural life, except he always hated this one other sim. They loathed each other with a passion. So I tracked down his granddaughter, convinced her to move in along with his nemesis, and trapped him in a small room next to their bedroom. I put up a full-wall milk bottle to simulate a one-way mirror, and my sim spent the rest of his life making his enemy's granddaughter.
Holy shit! Yo! Hey, no, wait, are you actually, we play on PC, right?
It's on the phone.
Damn, this game's actually on PC, do you know that?
Yes, I know.
Huh. Cool.
I'm gonna make this one.
My cock.
Oh, my progress is sad.
Damn. Yeah, I gotta get off, bro. I'm sorry. It's like getting late, see ya.